Hello there, my name's Mark, welcome to the video. Today I'm on the lovely River Calder in Lancashire and I'm in search of grayling, fishing for them on the floats. Let's see how I get on. It's barely above freezing, there's snow on the ground and the river looks absolutely perfect. Last time I came on it was about 2.5 foot high, quite coloured, but today it's much clearer and much lower, so I'm hopeful of a bite or two today. When you're grayling fishing you don't need a lot of gear. All I've got is a landing net, my rod, an unhooking mat, some bait, and I've got a little box of stuff ready to go grayling fishing. Scissors, disgorgers, a few floats, hooks and a few weights, all ready to go, just packed in a little Tupperware box. Now bob that in a small bag. So I put a couple of red maggots on the hook. I have been trickling quite a bit of bait in whilst I've been setting up. And I'm just having the first trot, which is always like, oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? And it's one of those days today that it's just perfect grayling fishing weather. I really enjoy grayling fishing in winter, and we've had a couple of really hard frosts. We've had some snow last night, and yeah, it always gets me in the mood for grayling fishing. And grayling are often the fish that will bite when nothing else will. I'm hoping that's going to be the case today. This looks like we've got one. Hey, just shallowed up about 4 inches, and yeah, I'm hoping we've got a grayling. Either a grayling or a trout, but I think it's a grayling. Yay! Oh no, it's a trout. It's a spotty thing. Great to catch on the fly, but obviously they're out of season at the moment, so I'm going to quickly get this one back. But yeah, that's a wriggly trout in the net. Wow, it is wriggly. Let's get it straight back. Oh, exciting just seeing your float disappear down the swim. You never know what's going to grab your bait at the other end. Ooh, that looked like a little bite then. A little dip of the float, very quick dip of the float. So for those of you who haven't seen my previous grayling video, this is my rig. I've got a small Drennan loafer float on there. They do take a lot of shot. This one takes 3 AAA. And then I don't have any shot down the line until about 18 inches from the hook. And then I've got those bulk shot. And I've also got a swivel there, and that swivel's important because it prevents your hook bait from twisting up and tangling this bottom part of your rig. And also grayling tend to corkscrew when you catch them, so again it prevents line twists and twisting up all your hook link. And then at the end of that I've got a size 16 hook and a couple of red maggots on there. So nothing further after I've had that trout. I've had a couple of little dips of the float as I've got down the bottom end of the swim there, so just have a look at my bait. Yeah, all's intact. You know, there's always a chance of a chub here. I've had one or two chub here in the past that have come as a bit of a surprise when you're just trotting for grayling and you suddenly get a big lump on the end. Temperatures don't feel too bad at the moment. I've been fishing in about -4 quite recently, so I think it's about +1 at the moment, so it feels quite mild in comparison. Looking like we might have a grayling on. Got something a little bit further down the swim there. I just gave it a little rest and then came back to it, and something on the end of the line which I'm hoping will be a grayling. Yep. Hey. Lovely grayling in the net. Finally. Not a huge one, but it's very welcome. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful grayling. So let's get this crate back. It's always encouraging when you get your first grayling, hoping that there might be one or two more. I've been feeding quite a lot, quite frequently, probably, I don't know, 15-20 maggots every sort of trot through. But there's usually quite big numbers of grayling in this stretch, and also chub, so I sometimes get away with feeding quite heavily. Obviously there's the greedy trout as well. Not sure whether that was a bite near the bottom. I'm just not going to feed just at the moment. I'm just going to see if I can get another one on the hook. So I've hooked something else. I'm just wondering whether this might be a chub. It feels very chub-like to me. It's a bit of a lump. I think I might have better just coming down stream a little bit for it. Oh, come away from those. Other than that, it could be a big trout. There are some big trout in here. It's a grayling, it's going to be a whopper. It's just so it's sort of plodding there like a big chub does. Or a chub anyway. Quite hard getting it up into this current. Let's see what it is. Oh my god, no, I think it might be a very big grayling. Suddenly I'm getting very jittery. Yeah, and it's an absolutely stunning grayling. Whoa! Beautiful. A real lump of a grayling. I thought I had a chub on the line, but no, it's a big grayling. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Kept really hanging really deep, but that's a beautiful, looks like a male grayling. They tend to have the bigger dorsal fin. So I'm not going to try to hold it or anything. I'm going to get it straight back. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Wonderful. Let's give it a rest. Let's make sure you give them a rest, because sometimes they just go belly up. So the great thing about trotting is that you really can explore a stretch really well. You're trotting yards and yards and yards, and trying different sections of the river. So it's a really good way of finding fish, especially on a cold winter's day when they're not going to necessarily come to you, you've got to go to them. It seems to be getting a bit colder. I'm just trying this stretch a little bit further down than where I've been fishing, without any bites so far, so I'm probably going to head back to where I started, have a few more trots down there, and then probably head back and warm up. That's the good thing about sort of just carrying a little lightweight bag like this and a little rod, just having it sort of ready to go, because you can squeeze in an hour or two's worth of fishing without a lot of preparation. So like today's a Sunday morning, it's one of the kind of traditional days to go fishing for a couple of hours. It doesn't have to be all day of a job, especially on a cold winter's day. It gets you out of the house for a couple of hours. So I had a little stint downstream without any bites, and I've just come back to the pegs that I caught those fish on originally, just to see if I can get a last fish and a few trots down and just see what happens. We've got fish number 3, this beautiful little tiny little grayling. Oh cute. Last couple of trots I think. Little grayling just came out of nowhere, hadn't had any bites for ages, and then I just got a little grayling. They're around but not really feeding aggressively I think today. Well, looks like we've got another grayling on. Single red maggot that time. The battery's run out on my action camera, so just trying to film it on my phone. So I'll have to put it down for a minute whilst I try to net it. But what can I say? I think we might have the biggest grayling of the day. Lovely fish. Let's have a quick look at it. Well, that's a fabulous grayling in the net. Just trying to keep it steady. But it really is a beauty. Very, very long fish. Stunning. Really happy with that. Let's get it rested and then get it back. Wonderful. So I've had a wonderful morning on the River Calder. I'm really happy with that. I've had a fish on my last cast. Well, I had about 24 last cast to be honest, but really lovely fish on a single red maggot, taking the total to 4 grayling, and I also had a little random trout as well. So that concludes the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, enjoy your own fishing, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much.